Okay, Abusia, finally, Kevin Taylor Abba be breaking silence on a gold board brewer. Abusia, na wa drop some hints be HSA Sammy Gyamfi ne gold board tax force for or matching cophobia or smuggling gold edi every Ghana has edi nam Ghana Togo borders ne Cote d'Ivoire borders. Abusia chama Wontumi ni din epim. Abusia yebe cast my mind back on during NPP tenure. Chama Wontumi akokotena ni Wontumi eye radio. Ene Wontumi TV so ekoko ji good akese echre Ghana fo nyina se ono no ye ka rare gold ono na rare gold no e wono ho ono ena chese ye kasika yese chema Wontumi wo sika chema Wontumi wo sika enye sika bia eye gold ene kura no abusua ye hwe chema Wontumi chama one ye body boni din ye body so chema one na chese we gold baba kwato chama one no we gold ba kwato abusua oyi gold ba almost be 10 or 15 ansa no mo panachel amachama Wontumi ejai gold ni abusua ye bepese be makwa akohwe sa video no na ye ba ye de asema Kevin Taylor ebeka efa gold board ni chama Wontumi chese ye hu anase yachi no say all smuggling gold out from Ghana. Mommy yankona yankwa sa video no.
Number one.
So what did me show baby? So boy. Wait.
Mumfa camera no mum project here mami.
Wait,
that's right.
When your friend go.
So boy.
When your friend go. When your friend gold,
when you teso,
when you teso,
sikakoko.
Etinya krata noa. Ya wono
ekrakra
ana ma Ghana enya sika o. What you say? When your friend gold. What you say? And it's a solid money. Solid money. What you say? Sa sika na ye no, e dey aye liquid.
Yeah.
What you say? Aye liquid. Mami fa to say na what me hu. Mami fa to say no what me hu.
Ebisa ho.
Me de bi ka ho ama na.
Sir.
Me de bi ka ho ama what me hu. Wait. When your friend says solid. Are you solid?
Sikakoko.
Are you sikakoko solid money?
Number one.
Solid. What does mami for being ka ho? Hey, me de bi ka ho. What does solid money? When we talk about money, it's not a bank. Banks can hold.
Wontumi.
Adia Magana. It's a possible ni Ghana no. Who was say higher friend has sika and poano. What you say? And was say friend has gold coast. What you say? Solid money. Mami Fabio Munchro. What you say? Solid. What you say? Solid money. Solid. What you solid money? Mami Fabio Munchro. Solid money. I'm talking about solid money. What you say? And the casa Wontumi was sika. Anya bango. Anya gold. And the same gold here I can want me. What it? Mami Fabio Mukasa. Mami Fabio Mukasa.
So boy.
What it? Solid money. We are talking about solid money. Solid money. Oh, and that's Mami Fabio Mukasa. Mami Fabio Mukasa. Mop macho. Yo mate. Mop macho. What does it? The sky I can want someone.
Fatu be so na me so radio. Me pa ba kwa so no me pa kuma so.
Abusia chama Wontumi ena ye hu na ye se chairman one no ye good na to chairman one no ye good na to abusia ene Kevin Taylor eye gold board brewer ha no o kira eye de gold board ene eye Bank of Ghana enkaboma o maka bom a echese omoma Ghana economy no aye stable no abusia omo bo adwuma endie a NPP Kwajo upon Akroma any NPP minority akabuma omopese omugu gold board ho fi no ayese NPP nkofo no entumi mfa gold enjane enfree Ghana hase enko abrochiri tisi Ghana hase no ye gold no aha ena ye kipi ye gold no yani ya create ye gold reserve ewa ha ye kipi enabusu achama Wontumi Kevin Taylor chra chairman Wontumi ne NPP woman bi a friend Kate Gyamfi a yɛka gold smuggling a saa Akuffo yi and smuggling gold ɛwɔ Ghana ɔmo top NPP officials no bi abusua yɛnsɛ mo mmerɛ mo yɛnkɔ na yɛnkɔ tie nsɛm a Kevin Taylor ɛde to dwa ɛfa gold board ho na on subscribe ya subscribe like na share ma afoforo nso ensa intumi enkabi Ghana Politics Avenue so and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that any update be ever dropping on also onsa ebetumi aka medamase.
In 2021 no Bawumia ne Akuffo Addo ka say the 3% tax at gold so on processed gold in the time the 3% tax ever to gold so no gold now in 2020 you to me enya 39.3 tons no etiba 3.4 tons. You know why? People started smuggling the gold. Afe na chairman Wontumi mo na NPP for no galamse no Kate Gyamfi amono. What they were doing is they were not now keeping the gold in Ghana. They were using Togo, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire borders. They were smuggling the gold out. In 2021, because of the introduction of the 3% tax on gold, unprocessed gold, some people in the system started smuggling the gold. Say the better one buying now buying 3% there, and then we will gold now. Me the beko Togo akotong, me the beko Cote d'Ivoire akotong, me the beko Chinese ni, me the beko Indian ni. Into the year they introduced the taxes on unprocessed gold, it dropped from 39.3 tons to 3.4 tons in 2021. Cocoa started losing that strength, all because the reforms were weak. We did not pay attention to the reforms that were going to make sure cocoa stays in Ghana. Now, what the NDC has done, and they have been able to put reforms together. Some reforms has been able to clamp cocoa. Cocoa gold do na AP free Ghana gold board the reforms about etimi stay sa cocoa no Ghana. It's majority of cocoa a gold and say free Ghana gold board reforms stop it. It you see say smuggling of cocoa about from. You see say the fake illegal mining na amount for black market system na over the running gold about from. And these are some of the things etimi aboma gold board making 11 billion in a year. Now, my man, when you look at this, under NPP, look at this. Oh, gold. My man, explanation now, maybe the practical one. Now, in 2000, my man, enlarge it, sana a bit easier move. Let me enlarge it. Then you understand what I'm saying well. Now, where your total ASM gold exports. Gold they are exporting from 2018 to 2025. Now, take your time and watch this. One will say volumes are from 2018. Gross weight in tons. Yes, gold tons are. Exporting 75.7 tons. Value are free mono 2.8 billion. This is 2018. Now, this was despite a total ban on small-scale mining that year. Says a year now Akuffo Addo ban eto small-scale mining so no. A year gold tons are 75.7 tons. Sika a free mobile na 2.8 billion. Now the question you ask and say Akuffo Addo the ban eto small-scale mining so a year then you to me 75.7 tons. This is a question that ever seen the NPP are buying to be answer. In 2018, now the ban at small scale mining so. And so, even though not banned that's no 75.7 tons of gold in a Ghana in yaye. What the basika mua a $2.8 billion. So the question is, into ban na not ban da almost. You can't tell me say the big mining companies in Ghana and they produce 75.7 tons. They don't produce that much. And this is small scale mining. Gold that we produce here. It means to say, time and almost some of the ban and abahono. People were mining in Ghana. Something was going on. But they told every Ghanaian to say, the ban at and small scale mining. So now come to 2019. Omunya 53.4 tons. $2.2 billion no generate here. 2020, 39.3 tons, 2 billion. Now, when it comes to 2022, now over 2021, something happened. 2021, 3.4 tons from 39.3 tons. No, in 2021, at about 3.4 tons. The reason? The reason was that this was the year that 3% withholding tax was imposed on unprocessed ASM gold. In 2021, no, Bawumia ne Akuffo Addo kase the 3% tax to gold so. Unprocessed gold. In the time the 3% tax ever to gold so no. Gold now in 2020 you to me enya 39.3 tons no. At about 3.4 tons. You know why? People started smuggling the gold. Afe na chema Wontumi mo. Na NPP forum ya galamse no. Keti Gyamfi amono. What they were doing is they were not now keeping the gold in Ghana. They were using Togo, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire borders. They were smuggling the gold out. In 2021, because of the introduction of the 3% tax on gold, unprocessed gold, you know, some people in the system started smuggling the gold. Say, the buying now buying 3% there, and then we will gold now. Me the beko Togo akotong, me the beko Cote d'Ivoire akotong, me the beko Chinese ni, me the beko Indian ni. Into the year they introduced the taxes on unprocessed gold, you know, it dropped from 39.3 tons to 3.4 tons in 2021. Now, over 2022, now there was the almost who say I feel the gold, you know, Eswati NPP4. And what they did is say 3% VAT now I feel almost is about 1.5%, and a free 3.4 tons, it's about 22 tons. So it means to say when you bring the VAT component in, people are going to smuggle the gold. The moment you introduce taxes, VAT on processed gold, you know, to gold or Ghana, no, they will be forced to do what? Sell the gold illegally to Chinese, to the Indians, and then through our borders. Now, NPP will say from 2021, no, only 3% bet to gold, unprocessed gold, you know, at about 3.4. Into 2022, I'm say okay, 3%, no, VAT, no, year free, so about 1.5%. After gold tons in about kakra, it will do 22 tons. Now here you see 2023. Now 1.5 withholding tax in force. No, after gold this say started say airbus 37.4. Meaning now people are saying say okay, let's deal with the 1.5. But still people were doing what? Were smuggling the gold. People were taking the gold out because what the VAT, what the tax are bet to gold now, small scale miners, air mining, the raw gold, you know, or the tax 3% are bet to so. Now, something interesting happened. In 2024, 37.4 tons, you know, it came to 63.6 tons. 1.5 withholding tax. Now, something interesting happened. In 2025, NDC bar power and almost scrappy a year VAT 1.5 and not tax in that's no. Mahama eti gold board no and we VAT in few. The NDC in 2025 alone, they were able to record 103 tons. In dollar terms, no, 10.8 billion. What was the secret? The thinking went into taking away the taxes, creating more room, having gold board, making sure you have better reforms, regulations, and rules to protect your gold. That is why you have 103 tons in 2025 with about 10.8 billion staying in Ghana. So a lot of thinking went into it. And the thinking was that put gold board together. Let gold board put reforms together. Take away the VAT component or tax component. Now people who are miners, small scale miners feel comfortable. Now they are able to sell the gold to the Ghana government. And Intina, from 63.6 tons, just in the year, it moved from 63 to 103 tons. From 4.6 billion to 10.8 billion. It is because small scale miners who say, now you bet my ton gold na ma abino. Now abino bo gold no buying, abino air boye, abino air guide, abino air making sure say or the mrat to kwemwa yen to me air the nipa bin to me muye. Sa tax na edaso on unprocessed gold na aban yefuo. So now the small scale miners are comfortable. They are selling the gold to who? They are selling it to the aggregator. And who is the aggregator? Rock. They are selling it through a aggregators that Rock is working with. And who is giving Rock the money? It is Gold Board. Now, who is giving Gold Board the money? It is Bank of Ghana. So at the end of the day, our money is being put to use. At the end of the day, also I say, a Jumana Gold Board, Yama Ghana, no. It is not about to say, Obito or Yedo. Gold Board is changing when it comes to the dynamics, when it comes to our natural resources. This alone should tell you, say, the NDC government, the Gold Board, the Bank of Ghana, the inception of Gold Board has changed the dynamics. And it's in the NPP for they want to do everything possible and make it look like, say, Gold Board, I will say, they know, say, as far as Gold Board is in the picture, the NPP can never come to power because Ghana will never go outside and borrow. Ghana, at the end of the day, we will always have gold reserves. Right now, the Bank of Ghana is capping our reserves. They say you need too much gold. Tombi, and there's so much price. Gold prices are going up. If gold prices are going up around the world, it means Ghana is making money. So why would anybody sit in Ghana and say, and a Sammy Gyamfi and a Gold Board? Gold Board is sustaining our economy. So reforms now. It's Mama Gold Board. I bet this powerful. We still want them to do better. No, say to me, the same reforms at the Cocoa Board. Cocoa Board will be as powerful as Gold Board. Say reforms here, Gold Board Ediaba. We are still calling for better reforms because reforms will come and enough. And I'm pleading with the Bank of Ghana that immediately they should sit down and still draft new reforms, solid one to still protect Gold Board. I want Cocoa Board to also sit down and start putting together new reforms. Because such strategy Gold Board using, Cocoa Board can use the same, and then we are going to make extra good money from Cocoa Board. So why are we having problems with Gold Board? It is only the NPP. NPP there are two things here. They naturally hate Sammy Gyamfi because Sammy Gyamfi exposed the NPP. Mamika been sure. Sammy Gyamfi, what it did when the NDC were in opposition. Sammy Gyamfi criticized the NPP. He criticized the NPP with facts, documents, audio, video. Sammy Gyamfi never went on TV to malign anybody. He did not insinuate. He did not make things up. And that is the thing that hurts the NPP. Sammy Gyamfi was hard on the NPP, basing every statement on facts, on evidence, video evidence, paper, everything, documents. And it hurts them to the point whereby they don't know how to do the same thing. It is not you sitting there and saying Sammy Gyamfi Akroma, Sammy Gyamfi go jail. That is going to make his work at the end of the Gold Board, Gold Never Never. No, you need to prove beyond. The reason why Ghana for Sammy Gyamfi communication too, when they say it wasn't just talk, it was talk and add facts to it. It was fact-based communication. That is the main reason why people listen to my platform, not because they are me yellow to me. It is because we make sure say Assembly Bekano, yeah, they add their engineer swakahu. That is the sword that Sammy Gyamfi, the stabbing he stabbed the NPP in the heart. He stabbed them with facts. He stabbed them with evidence. He was coherent in his delivery. And if you want to prove, say, Sammy Gyamfi Aboka, come with your evidence, be coherent, prove to the people that you have evidence to show. But just to come and say, and a Gold Board, that will not change the narrative. It will not change the narrative. And secondly, what they are trying to do, they know, say, as far as Gold Board exists, as far as this Gold Board, the Bank of Ghana governor, the finance minister, they are guiding Sammy Gyamfi, and they are going to add more reforms to make it airtight. For Gold Board to be more stronger, no? They know, say, as far as Gold Board exists, the NPP can never come to power. The NPP, their biggest problem on this earth is the Gold Board. Because of Gold Board, today, Ghana government does not even feel like borrowing from outside. They feel comfortable borrowing from Ghana. Because when you borrow from Ghana, at the end of the day, there's nothing like dollar rate changing or the exchange rate affecting because you are borrowing in cedis. It is the reason why the government of Ghana today is not out there borrowing dollars, and every single day we are panicking because when the exchange rate is fluctuating, the interest on the loan too starts to go up. So right now, that is why the government of Ghana is always at home borrowing from home, which I prefer. Inti they didn't want TV so any the it is because they know that as far as gold board is in existence, the NPP can never come to power. They know. Omukare Sammy Gyamfi ni gold no turn weighing. Sammy Gyamfi turn gold no weighing. The question here is, time about Bawumia Eddie gold for oil buy na gold no turn weighing. Me busa NPP for. Mate se mo make argument bi. Sammy Gyamfi auto gold no yes auto galam say for gold. Yate. Time about Bawumia the gold for oil no buy na gold no turn weighing. Wasiafo. Time about Bawumia Bawumia ka kire say or the gold for oil buy, and that they were able to buy this amount of gold and keep that gold not autonomous. Where was Bawumia buying the gold from? You the NPP Jimmy. You people still don't want to understand. Say, or mana ye chichino, ye mfa the day and then kwasi akeka ye the fact na chichire mine. Ye the engineer so. Time Bawumia any NPP for the gold for oil buy no. Na omuto gold ni free hin. No more in Somalia. No more the code no munya way. That's an agam self when you know. That's Moscow man is in you. And then ended the gold board. It to me make a profit of 11.8 billion. Now okay the Sammy Gyamfi gold no or turn the self for now gold for all your gold near ton way. Now when I'm on a tongue. You see, this is the foolishness of the NPP. The gold board has come to stay. And let me tell you for a fact, nobody in Ghana can change the minds of Ghanaians. Yeah? Ghana Nibia, where she said gold board will stay forever. Go around and ask the business community. Go around and ask the investors. Ask the traders. Everybody wants the dollar to remain where it is. Everybody wants fuel to remain where it is. Everybody likes where the economy is now. Now, why would anybody who wants the dollar to stay where it is now at 10, wants fuel to go down, wants the economy to be better the way it is, why would anybody say, gold board, we should shut it down? No. Gold board has come to stay. It will stay forever. What we need to do as a nation now, and it is my plea to the Bank of Ghana governor, to Sammy Gyamfi, and to the President of the Republic, gold board needs more reforms. Because reforms now, it is not enough. We still need to tighten the reforms. We still have to make it difficult for people to steal our gold. We still have to make it deadly. We still have to make people think, to even think of Ghana gold, so baby, we are a haram. We need to make the reforms tighter. Give a lot of room to the small scale miners. Give a lot of room to the aggregators. Let us be able to give them enough freedom for them to trade. Let us also monitor the mine, how it is done. The reforms should be very strong. We need to protect the gold. It should not end here. In the time Akuffo got in a news file, time I bright Simon I'm saying, you people, with all due respect, you are supposed to be discussing reforms. Because at this point, why in a better gold board for 1 year and can be making over 10 billion and you have a problem with it, unless you are insane. Since Ghana was put together, no agency has been put together. It may make it the profit gold board has made. If you sit on TV and say you're a social commentator, you have learned this book, you are part of this, and you cannot get the picture, your horizon cannot picture what gold board can bring, and you will not know, say we need more reforms to make it more better and create more revenue, then your reasoning power is very low. If the argument is going to be about Sammy Gyamfi, it's going to be about Ekabiaba. The argument is not about Ekaba, Sammy Gyamfi. The argument is about the positives we have made in the history of the Republic of Ghana. The gold board, no government agency or no institution that was put together by Parliament has been able to make it. What we need to do is to better it. The conversation should be about reforms. The conversation should be about having better reforms to make gold board better than it is now. Let us transfer that reform to cocoa board. Sika yenya no cocoa bono, si yenya better reforms, cocoa board will be as lucrative as gold board. Why are we sitting here talking stupid English? Jimini Biaba TV Swa, na Okasa by heart. No sense. Unnecessary, stupid talk. Now, let me show you the things Goldboard is doing that Cocoboard is not doing. And if Cocoboard decides to do what Goldboard is doing, we will have Cocoboard and Goldboard bringing in so much money to the point whereby Ghana wouldn't have to go out there and borrow. Now, let me show you one. Thank you very much, team, for bringing this in. Now, I'm show we. These are some of the things that Goldboard is doing now. Cocoboard is not doing. Look at this. What Goldboard is doing that Cocoboard is not doing. One, Goldboard. Oba. Goldboard action. Cocoboard status. Now, sole export. Goldboard. Sole export authority for ASM Gold. Cocoboard. License multiple LBCs and exporters. Now, it is so check here. Goldboard, you know, it is the sole exporter. Now, Uber Cocoboard, they have licensed multiple LBCs. And what is happening is there are too many LBCs in the system. Cocoboard is not able to monitor. And how they are able to monitor the cocoa, its movement, its price, and I don't know. Cocoboard is not able to fully have control over it. But Goldboard has full control because it is the sole exporter or export authority. It is only Goldboard that can export gold. Inti se ebasana, you are able to control the gold, you are able to control the quantity, you are able to control the value, you are able to control its export. But Cocoboard is not doing that because Cocoboard has multiple LBCs. And that is what Cocoboard needs to do. Cocoboard needs some reforms. We need to make sure we have some reforms. A bit to me, I'm a Cocoboard. I strong to say, Eddie and Goldboard. Goldboard reforms, we still need to tighten it up. Now we have something called mandatory real-time assaying before export. Goldboard, they make sure before gold is taken out, they are in charge. The assaying and everything, they are in control. But when it comes to Cocoboard, no real-time cocoa grading at point of aggregation. So what happened? And they say Cocoboard they don't have control on even before the cocoa is exported. They don't even have they don't have full control over the cocoa beans. They don't know how it is managed. The processes and what it goes through. Cocoboard has limited hand on it. So Goldboard and Cocoboard, you could see say Goldboard is actively involved in how the gold is being exported. Assaying of the gold and making sure everything is done right. Real time, they are there. But Cocoboard, there is this gap between Cocoboard and the process. Into the loopholes, the leaks, are there. That is why Cocoboard is not able to achieve its revenue target. Now, digital traceability from source to export. Goldboard is able to track its gold digitally. They are able to tell you, say, gold way waha, gold way for her, gold way be ha, gold way do say, and an ounce will not be missing. By Cocoboard, the cocoa management system, the CMS, roll out incomplete. Now, Cocoboard are not able to trace the beans. See, a time beans if you require, Cocoboard does not have knowledge how the beans is going to get to where it has to get to before it's exported. Into Cocoboard, they have very limited interference, and I say limited contribution when it comes to send a cocoa and baby and sana cocoa nako. Into Utmisha say Goldboard, they have full control, and until the Goldboard is making that much money, Cocoboard can make same. But the issue here is it is all about reforms. It is all about Imrana Yeshano. It is all about making sure the reforms are strong, they are solid. The laws now, they protect the cocoa and now gold, it is solid. Into the conversation should be about reforms. The conversation should not be about profits. The conversation should be about reforms. When you get the reforms right, the profit will come in its numbers. So, unya reforms in the writer, forget about profit. It will come and you'll be shocked. Because it is only the reforms that can seal the loopholes. If you don't have better reforms, you will never meet your target. The reason why Goldboard is meeting its target is because the reforms now that Goldboard is using is a solid reform. And they still need to do more. If Cocoboard wants to get the same revenue target or get close to it, the Goldboard, they need to have serious reforms. Now, reform opportunity for Cocoboard. Create a centralized cocoa export clearing house or single export desk. So Cocoboard needs to do that. They need to have a centralized cocoa export clearing house or single export desk. There should be one desk that oversees the export of cocoa in Ghana. Right now, we don't have anything like that. So what is happening? And they say, cocoa is going in different directions. And Cocoa Board is struggling to track every single cocoa. And at the end of the day, the works become difficult. Cocoa Board to tracking to say cocoa di biafaha, yes, cocoa di biafaha. But if Cocoa Board is able to trace every single cocoa, like the way Gold Board is able to trace every single gold in the system, and it is all through reforms. If you have better reforms, you will be able to trace every single cocoa and your revenue will jump. So the conversation is not about Sammy Gyamfi. The conversation is not about how much money. The conversation is about reforms. When the reforms are better, we will not be having this conversation about 240 million and the ASEA and the aggregator. That does not come in. What we need to be doing now, and the so-called think tanks, the so-called political insects, they need to come to the table and start thinking about reforms. They need to come to the table. This is the time you need to come submit reforms to make sure, say, Gold Board becomes more profitable. How does it become more profitable? It is only through reforms. It is only through making sure the leaks that's going to make us lose money, lose gold, lose revenue, we are able to block it. You can see, say, the LBCs, the license buying companies, that works for Cocoa Board, there are too many. The trick now, Cocoa Board, a Gold Board, say they have one aggregator who is working with lower tier aggregators. That is all. Cocoa Board should have one desk and work with those beneath it. If they don't do that and they have all these license buying companies, they will start stealing the cocoa. They cannot manage it. It will be leaving Ghana. Gold Board has done something extraordinary. We are not supposed to underestimate it. This is the time we need to say, okay, 1 year, Gold Board has made this money. 1 year. For all these years, we were not able to tell ourselves it's a gold in here. For the first time, we have an aggregator, a Ghanaian company. One company called Bower Rock. For the first time in our history. Today, we are proud on TV and we are discussing a Ghanaian company that is an aggregator. Hey, are we not happy about it? So far, Mantis Obika say, Bower Rock a gold no ede kwabruchiri. Obia say Bower Rock a Ghana company. Obia say it's in a Ghana ha. Obia say Addo na oya Ghana near the man. We understand say a Ghanaian can also be an aggregator. Under NPP, we had a Alpha Stream, a Dubai boy, some guy be from Dubai, third party. He took our gold and put in ship. So or the koji oil bread near to Ghana and Kwasia for NPP. Today we don't have anything like that. And I get happy when I see these people sit on TV discussing a Ghanaian company that is buying gold for Ghana. I get happy. We should give opportunities to others. But there is a criteria. There is a standard. If you don't meet it, there are other standards that you can meet. Why don't you go to the other one if you can meet the top notch? That's how it works everywhere. It is a Bower Rock meet standard, not an aggregator. If you think you can meet the standard, go meet that standard and also be an aggregator. That's it. Not Sammy Gyamfi and I'll see aggregators normally have 3, but 2 of them fell short. They did things that were against the rules and regulations. So their licenses were stripped. Now they are falling beneath Bower Rock. That is how the law should work. And I can tell you that that is the only way you realize your dream. Until what Gold Board is doing is exceptional. They didn't NPP before you, forget you. And nothing is going to change the dynamics. Gold Board has come to stay. We should tighten the reforms. Bank of Ghana governor, the finance minister, Sammy Gyamfi, you guys should sit down, call all the stakeholders, let us think and tighten the reforms. And yes, sir, Sibia yeti Cocoa Board ani aji Cocoa Board. I kaze Cocoa Board na ebeboa a protect your cocoa, and the Cocoa Board is as weak as Jantre ni draws. Today ebetena cocoa ni namha, ne cocoa namha, ne cocoa namha because emrano emu ago. Emrana yediti Cocoa Board no, ye jambrano ma emrano emu ago. Time has changed. Technology has been has evolved. Things have changed. Reforms needs to be done. Momi shede yaya no Gold Board. The Mahama NDC. This president, this government, this Gold Board, this Bank of Ghana, this finance minister, they are doing something exceptional. Let us support them. Gold board has come to stay. The nightmare of the NPP is gold board. Let us not allow them to fool around. Let us support gold board. So every year gold board can bring in $10 billion. We are good. That's all that we need. The dollar will never cross 12. If gold board can give us $10 billion every year, every investor is safe in Ghana. The Bank of Ghana will not be printing money. The government of the day will not go out and borrow. All that we need to do is to put together reforms that will protect our gold, will protect the small-scale miners, it will protect the aggregators and protect gold board. That's all that we need. If gold board can give you and I, this country, 10 billion a year, we are good. And let us protect gold board. Let us call for reforms. Let us not join this bus of noisemakers and political jogbasses. They are ignorant fools who know our biggest threat as a political party, NPP, the gold board led by Sammy Gyamfi. We will be here every day to explain things to you.
Okay, I was when and some so our political highway. So Kevin Taylor and I in say gold board no hon seminal. I just say on my match details on Ghana, your gold board and Sammy Gyamfi and Bank of Ghana. Juma or mobile. I was a hon sem and a bremo. But I must say, some Japanese cocoties are in some way at the MI. Ghana Politics Avenue. So, and don't forget to click on the notification bell. Send any updates be a dropping on. So, once a bit to me, Akabi, Madam Ase.